Welcome back, everyone. This is the second session of our autumn reflections painting. You can see the trees up here with the autumn foliage, and we've got the reflection of that into the water down here at the bottom, with the trees being kind of intermingled in the water with all the different warm colors of the autumn leaves. In our last session, we ended by doing our oil pastel Y trees and then flipping our paper over to transfer those onto the bottom part of our paper. For this session, you're going to need some temper paint. You're going to need, first of all, your palette and your palette paper. You're going to need paint brushes. You're going to need the paper towel to blot your brushes, clean up, a little bitty water cup to clean out your brushes as we go, an empty cup to dump your dirty water in, an extra cup of clean water so that you can get more if you need. And then you're going to start with your temper paint. I'm going to start with my yellow warm color. It's the weakest warm color. So you don't need much, just a little bit. And then if you need to, you can always go back and get more. And what you're going to do is you're going to start by making some leaves. Okay, and you want your leaves to be kind of spread out. Grab some paint and just kind of start daubing them in kind of random patterns. They can be in between the trees, on the base of the tree here, kind of floating in the air, because they are going to be part of the tree as we go around the picture. And you really want to get this kind of, you want the paint to be a little on the thick side, almost like you're using your paintbrush just to daub it on. You're not smearing back and forth and painting, you're just daubing the paint on. And you want to pick it up off your palette and daub it on like that. Okay, so there's a fair amount of yellow for my painting. Now what you can do is you're going to take your painting and actually fold it up. So here's the bottom part of my paper. I'm just going to fold it up, and I'm going to take one hand, squish one way, squish the other way, and then I'm going to peel it down again. And what should happen is you should get the paint to transfer to the other side of the paper. And that is called monoprinting. What that means is that you're printing it once and it's never going to be the same, and everybody's print in the classroom is going to look different. We're not using like a print plate or something. This is just a monoprint. It's never going to be the same. The next color I'm going to use is red. I'm going to take some red paint and I'm going to add it right next to my yellow. Like that. And then I'm going to take my brush and I'm going to mix the two together. I'm just going to take a little bit of the red paint and I'm going to mix it into the yellow. And this is a little color mixing going on. And what color is this? That's right, orange. When red and yellow and we mix them together, they make orange. So then you can take your orange and do the same thing. Make some orange leaves. Kind of space them out evenly. Maybe one tree is a little farther along than others, so it's got more orange leaves. But for the most part, you want to mix it up and put that orange kind of all over the place, just like you did with your yellow. And you want it to be on the thick side. Again, don't make it so thick that it over smears the yellow that you've already put on there. But, you know, get it thick enough so that it's going to make a nice transfer. Pick your paint up. And one of the nice things is as you're mixing your paint, your oranges are going to be a little different here and there. And that's going to give you a little variety of color. Depending on how you blob your paint on, it'll give you a little variety of shape and texture, and it'll make your painting look a little more interesting, which is good, which is what we want. And like I said before, this is a monoprint, so everybody's picture is going to look different. Everyone's orange is going to be mixed a little differently. Everybody's blobs of paint are going to be mixed a little differently. Everyone's tree trunks from last time are going to look a little different and have different shapes. So once you feel like you've got a good amount of orange spread throughout your picture, you can take your paper again and monoprint. You can take it and flip it up and squish it middle to the outside, middle to the outside, and then unpeel it. All right. Then we're going to move on. We're going to take our brush. There's kind of some orange here. I'm just going to kind of swipe this off on my palette. Then I'm going to move to just pure red. I'm going to take some red, kind of start looking for the empty spaces that I've left, those negative spaces in between the leaves that I've already got. And I'm going to put my little red leaves in between there. Okay, I need a little bit more red on here. And it's okay if you overlap the colors you've already got. Like right here, I just overlapped a little red blob onto that yellow one. What'll happen is when I print that, those colors will kind of fill each other in and make the picture look a little more interesting. Okay, I'm also going to go back and grab some yellow now and start filling in some more yellow spots, just so we've got our trees looking pretty nice there. Good. Now I'm going to take that and I'm going to do a little monoprinting there. Flip my paper up and squish it from the center out to the side, from the center out to the side. Open it back up. Great. There we've got our nice autumn colors. Okay, and what we're going to do now is we're going to go and get one cool color. We're going to get some green to kind of fill in, you know, those leaves that, those late bloomers, those leaves that have not yet changed their colors. I'm going to take my brush and just swipe it off so it's pretty clean. Going to rinse it out, okay, and wipe it on my little extra paper, my blotting paper over here, because I don't want the red or the yellow or those other warm colors to mix with my green. Otherwise they're going to get kind of muddy and gross. So I'm going to take my clean brush here. I'm going to take this green and be very deliberate. I'm just going to put it in between the places that don't have leaves yet. Okay, and I'm going to take a little time and go and overlap a few on the top so that we have a nice smattering of green leaves as well. We don't want to have all just red and orange because that's not exactly how it looks all the time. So this autumn reflections picture will have a little bit of green in it. We'll also have some green in the grass as we go through. But there's pretty much a finished version of the green. I'm going to put a couple more on just to spread them out so it's a little more balanced. All right. And we'll take the same thing now and do our little monoprinting and squish this up. Center out to the side and center out to the side so that we can have our green leaves transfer. And there's our green leaves. There we go. All right. And so that is what our finished product is going to look like with the autumn leaves part. Now we need to finish by doing the water and the sky and the grass in between. But this is a pretty good example of what our trees will look like along with our autumn reflections. Okay? And there you have the second session of Autumn Reflections.